everyone, it's Mrs. Hamilton here to do a little more math with you again today. I love doing math and I am so glad that you have joined me today. The math that we're going to do today, we're going to try to quickly read numbers. We're going to see how fast our brains can think and then read the numbers. What I'm using today is something you can actually do at your house to help you practice too. All I have are these little index cards or flashcards, and they're blank. If you have ones with numbers on them at your house, those would be great to use too. But if you didn't have any, like I didn't have any at my house, I just made some. So I used a marker and little pieces of paper to write numbers on for me to practice. So I want to get our brains warmed up a little bit and help us out. So there's some of them that are just going to have one number like this. Now these we might call them easy peasy piece of cake ones. And so this one is just the number 4. We don't have to think about what's in front, what's behind. We just look at it and think, oh, that's 4. And then there's some that are kind of trickier. Now this one's a little bit harder than 4 because it's a teen number. Now a teen number is a number that has a 1 in the front. This teen number is one of the tricky teen numbers because when we know that there's a 1 in the front, our brain thinks, oh, it's a teen number. So then we look at the other number to help us out. Now this number is 3. And so can we call this one 3-teen? No, that'd be crazy. If it was a 4, we could call it 14, but it's a 3. And so 3 is that tricky word and it's called 13. So this one is 13. And then there's gonna be some that get a little bit bigger, like this one that has 2 numbers. And when we see this, we want to read this one like 36. We start with the first one, then read the second one, so 36. We'd want to try really quickly to say 36 as quick as we could. And then there's only going to be a couple of these in here because they're kind of harder. There's going to be some that have 3 numbers in it. They have a ones place, a tens place, and a hundreds place. We talked about this in school a little bit because when we got to the 100th day of school, we got to bundle up all those straws and put it in the 100th place. So if I look at this one, I know it's bigger than 100 because it does show the 1 just like the 100 does with 2 behind it. Only if I take away this one, what's that number? It's 10. So this number would be 110. When we had our bundles, that would look like a big bundle of 100 and then another bundle of 10 to show 110. So that's what our flashcards are going to look like. I have a whole stack of them, and I'll start with those ones that we just practiced. I'm going to show you each one, and what I want you to do is I want you to try to read them quickly. Say them out loud. Anybody in your house should be able to hear you shouting those numbers because you look at it and you think, oh, I know what that one is. And then when we're done, I'll go back through them with you and I'll help you say them in case there was one that you missed and needed a little help with. So, ready? Say it out loud. Okay, how'd you do? Did you get all of those? I hope you did. But if you missed a couple, that's okay. I'm gonna go back through them with you and we can say them together this time. And maybe you'll be even quicker this time because you've already seen them once. So these were those ones we practiced. We'll go ahead and do those too. 4, 13, 36, 110, 78, 54, 15, 100, 17, 29, 44, 62. Awesome job. All right, so something else we're gonna do with flashcards today is we're gonna play a game called Top It. You might be thinking, oh, I remember Top It. That was that super fun game that you got to play with a partner, and it had number cards in it, just like we practiced. Only in these number cards, They go from 0 all the way to 20. So if you want to make some number cards, you can play this game at home with the people that you live with. You can play this game with one person, one other person, and you can see who has the biggest number. Now, if you're remembering, you'll need a stack of cards. And so just like earlier, I made my cards out of pieces of paper and a marker, and I wrote all the numbers on it. And once you have all your cards with your numbers, the first job is to shuffle them up because you don't want them to be in order. So that just means mix them up a little bit so that they're in a different order. And then you'll need somebody to play with you. So here today, I have this little purple elephant. This is my daughter Joella's elephant, and she loves this thing. Well, it's going to be my playing partner today. And what we are going to need to do, let me get my workspace set up. Okay, I wanted you to be able to see. So, I'm going to have Elephant sitting right here. And I have my stack of cards, and they are all mixed up. I'm sure she sits up. She's one to fall over. Okay, so all stacked up, and then I'm going to split my deck into 2 stacks. So, Elephant needs a stack, and then I need a stack. And so what our job is my partner, Elephant, would pull one card up, and we'd read that number together. Well, my partner got a 9. So then it's my turn to pull one from my stack. And I would want to read my number. Well, my number is 17. It's one of those teen numbers we just talked about. Now I need to think in my head, who has the bigger number? It's my card. 17 is bigger than 9. So then I get to keep both of these cards and put them over here. And then we play again. So Elephant is drawing a 0, and we know that's a really small number. And then I drew a 4. So this one's pretty easy. Which one's bigger? It's the 4. So I got it again. I'd keep those cards, and I'd put it on my side. Let's do one more round to show you. Whoa, there she goes. She saw that she got a 5, and she just toppled right over. So 5 for Elephant. And what's this one? 18! That's a big number. So which one of these is bigger? 18 or 5? It's the 18, isn't it? So I would keep these again, and you would keep going until your whole stacks were gone. And then at the end, you could count the cards and see which teammate had the most cards. And when you're done, you can shuffle them up and play again. This is a great game to play with your family. It is a great game to practice quick seeing the numbers and finding out which one's biggest and which one's smallest. So thanks for doing math with me today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and a wonderful time practicing your math. Bye, everybody.